Here we have the monthly artist planner, and I'm going to explain to you how to fill it out. So last month is, of course, the hardest section for most people. They don't know what to put here. And I find that it's really helpful to use this space to put down things that happened in the previous month on the previous month's worksheet that you don't necessarily want to go hunting down that worksheet in order to find that information. So it might be nice to have an idea that you had last month that you don't want to forget about, an event that you feel like you need to kind of get started on, need to talk to some more people about, something like that, a person to connect with, someone that you met the previous month that you don't want to forget about, or sometimes people like to just track their monetary goals. So last month I made $1,000, and you have that here so that it's a reminder, last month I did this month can I double it, or can I make 50% more, or whatever. The next section's goals, and of course self-explanatory. I like to have just one goal, so you stay really, really focused, and that one goal always gets accomplished. But some people work better when they can switch back and forth between two different types of goals. So maybe one of your goals is something businessy, like new subscribers, and another goal is something creative, like finishing paintings, or something like that. Whatever really works well for your brain and your personality is fine. But I usually find, you don't want to overload it with tons and tons of goals or none of them get finished. On the schedule is for any dates that you don't want to forget to make sure that all of your dates are accounted for, right? So, I have a meeting and I'm dropping work off at the gallery, things like that, things that you don't want to forget to do that have particular dates. It could also be good for deadlines. If someone's asked you to do something by a certain date, you can put that date on the schedule section too. Money is really best used when you have your goal in the one corner, or wherever you like to put it, and then all of the things that you've sold in the rest of the box. So here you sold an original, here you sold an original at a different price, right, and keeping track of the money. And then at the end of the month, you total up all that money and wherever makes sense to you, either you put it in the bottom corner, that would make sense to me, but for some people, they would rather put it next to their goal, so it's like goal, actual, and then it's how much money you actually made, right? Whatever works for you, though, whatever works for your brain. And the tasks section, these are, of course, tasks. You typically want them to support the things on the left side here. So especially the previous month, anything that was there from the previous month that needs to happen, can be something that you put on the task list, and sometimes you'd rather have it on the task list than in the last month section, depending on how specific it is. And the tasks should be very specific things. But then also, most importantly, your tasks should support your goals. You're going to have tasks on there that don't, but you definitely want anything that will support your goal to be on your task list. So there should be at least a few tasks for each goal that specifically will be very effective in helping you reach those goals. And that's how you, of course, plan effectively to really achieve your goals. In any way that you're planning, even if you don't use this worksheet, your tasks have to align with your goals or it won't work. So the ideas section is a really, really creative section. It's just for you, for whatever comes into your head and you don't want to forget about it. Some people just use their sketchbook for this, but I find this is a little bit quicker because it's like a quick jot down. You don't have to actually take time to sketch something out. And they could be creative ideas. I wrote down 2 creative ideas, but they could also be business ideas. Maybe you read an article and you're like, yes, I'm so excited about trying Pinterest, or I'm so excited about sending out an email with this particular type of structure to it, or whatever kind of businessy thing. They could be those sorts of things too. It's your section for your ideas. And so when you have these planners, these worksheets, you really want to pair them with something else. They work best when it's not your only planning tool, but you actually utilize it alongside other planning tools that help your brain, right? It didn't take a lot of time for me to set up this system, and that's because it's not gonna work like on its own. It's good paired with a calendar, maybe paired depending on your brain and how your brain works best. It might do well to be paired with some sort of task list that's a little bit more involved than just writing them down on a list, right? Something where you check things off, or they have notes with the tasks, or the tasks relate to each other, or something more involved. So make sure that you look at your other planning tools and you see if this fits into that, rather than trying to switch completely over to this, which probably won't work very well. And then you might also want to keep a binder of all of these, or pin it to your planner or whatever you use. I think that it works really well when you can flip through the different months and see how each month went, so that you can have, your income and your goals and what tasks you completed and those sorts of things at a quick glance, where they're just 12 sheets of paper for every year, and you just go boom, 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 flip right through, and you can see what happened in each month. And that's how you use your monthly artist planner.